Hello and welcome fellow aviation and flight simming fans. We are locked and loaded and stood here in Gardermoen. You can tell by the crazy fuel truck drivers that we are in Oslo Gardermoen, our home airport, and I am ready for a fun day of flying a normal Norwegian domestic sector, of which we have a lot here in Norway due to the sheer size of the country and the terrain and everything. So we do have a lot of domestic flights going on, and they are normally serviced by 3 airlines: Norwegian and Scandinavian and Widerøe. We are going to fly Norwegian today. We are on X-Plane 11 in virtual reality using the Oculus Rift S headset and flying the 737 Zibo Mod. We are flying the Lima November Delta Yankee Delta livery from Norwegian. And yeah, we're going to fly to Molde. It's a fun flight, around 35 minutes out and about 40 minutes back, depending on the approach we're going to do back in Gardermoen. It's going to be a fun flight taking us over the mountains. It's pretty much located in the vicinity of Ålesund, where we have been. It's a bit further north from Ålesund, but not far, so it is pretty much the same type of flight we're going to do. But I do want to take you there, and we're going to do a fun approach into runway 25 in Molde, which is a 5-degree offset approach, so it is going to be quite fun. We're going to fly alongside the mountains on one side and the water on the other side. The runway is sitting more or less built into the side of the hillside or mountain there as it drops into the ocean and becomes the fjord. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting flight. What is not interesting is the weather. It is a typical autumn, grey, dull, a few showers here and there. Quite a bit of wind here in Gardermoen, but not as much, more or less no wind in Molde. So yeah, let's just jump into our aircraft here and start setting her up. So let's just get seated properly. There we go. Happy with that. And we can close the door. It's a bit noisy as they are getting the aircraft ready. So I have just updated the Zibo Mod just before launching the sim here. So it's interesting to see what kind of faults we might get. Hopefully it won't be anything serious. Hopefully everything will be working fine and we'll be able to go directly to Molde. So let's just get some power on here. So let's just do the regular stuff, and then we'll do some checking here. Like so. And we can get some lights on as well. There we go. Brain freeze. So, let's just fuel pumps are off. So good. Good. Oh. So it was a bit lively there. So. Yep. And we'll get back to that. So yeah, that's good. So these shouldn't be working now. Correct. And these, yep, perfect. So yeah. So stall engines on this one here, which caused the shaking of the stick. So yeah, test this, working fine. That's good. Okay, so we have Barrow, hectopascal. And set from our arrival into Gardermoen, so that looks good. Test the lights here. And I forgot to mention we are of course online on the Vatsim network. No HFC currently available, but we shall see. Reset that. Down. Good. Start. Working fine. Let's just, before we continue further down, let's just get some lights going here. At some point I need to invest in a proper Boeing yoke. That will give me even more leeway with regards to tracking. And if you could get one with force feedback, that would be awesome. So, overheat, good. Fire, even better. Bubbles, good. And cargo fire, yeah. Can't do the TCAS test yet, so that is correctly modeled now. We can put that there. And we can pop on some lights. Let's look at some weights here. There we go. So we are at 50.1 zero fuel weight, 5.4 required. Let's just do something like this. So we'll take some 8 tons. So we don't need to refuel out there. So that's set. And we'll call the old fuel truck and come and sort us out with the fuel. So that's good. Let's get started on the FMC here. We are in Gardermoen. And we'll take the left here. And we're going to Molde. And we'll be in North Shuttle 430. There we go. And we'll be departing from 01 left, as always, right? Let's just check that. 01 left, the AirTalk 5 Alpha. AirTalk 5 Alpha's there. On the P615. That brings us to Vatsim. And that's the start of our arrival. So we'll do the RNAV approach on 25. Vatsim to Mike, and that's good. So let's just check the route. Good, we can activate that. Go to the performance. Do this, and I just need to get that. So in case of us not landing there, we will obviously go back to Oslo. It'll be easier for the passengers, and it's not that far. So we have requirements of, let's say 2.8. Get the fuel weight in, and we'll be cruising at flight level 300 out there. Hopefully we will get some holes here and there in the weather, so we can catch a glimpse or two of the majestic mountains or the majestic Alps in Norway. So there we go, that's set and set. Cruise winds. It's 0742. We need a 0 there. There we go, and -8. And that looks good, we can execute that. 9 degrees outside today, so winter is definitely marching on. We can do 22k here. Flaps 5. Boom, boom, boom. 130 and rotation at 131, 139. Switch here. There we go. That's the bug. Have ordered or have talked to the shop where I bought this yoke, this SciTech yoke, and I'm getting a new one tomorrow. So because I have some issues with the button on the right hand side, they have cut out, so they just exchange it free of charge. So that's good. Good service there. So 4.5-ish, that's good enough. So that's all good. And we can just set the approach for now and review it later on. So there's planning mode. Turning left. Normally we'll be given a shortcut after FTOC. And we might give ourselves that. If there's no ATC, no traffic in the area, then we'll give ourselves that shortcut. And then there's a offset approach there. Quite interesting. There's a small bay there, if I recall, and you turn just as you enter the bay. It sort of gives itself. There's a guy taking off. So sort of, yeah, you'll know it when you see it. So it's quite interesting, actually. Can pop that back here. Can put the legs page on there. So yeah, so far so good. Still another line, so let's just get some charts out here. Oh, we're definitely not in Namsos. We can pop that away. So 1681, so we'll just get that in there. The MFR rate. And a tad more. There we go. Set. And we can get our QNH.
Echo November Golf Mike Airport information. Echo 1150 Zulu weather wind 005 at 13 visibility 10,000 sky condition few clouds at 2,700 ceiling 7,500 broken temperature 9er dew point 4 QNH 1004 advise on initial contact you have it
1004. There we go. And the standby altimeter. That's good. So we have 013 and 680. 680, that's good. Okay, MFR rate set. So, and we are aligned. So let's just do a test here.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust. Climb now. Climb now. Climb, crossing, climb. Climb, crossing, climb. Climb. Clear of conflict. Descend, crossing, descend. Descend, crossing, descend. Descend now. Descend now. Increase, climb. Increase, descent. Increase, descent. Maintain vertical speed. Maintain vertical speed. Crossing. Maintain. Monitor vertical speed. TCAS test. Pass.
Yep, so there's the TCAS test pass. That's good. So yeah, we'll be pushing back facing west. Already instructed the better pushback guys to do that. Then we'll go on Kilo, then November, and then on Alpha 2 and take off from 01 left. And heading is 0, but we will not do that. We'll pop this in here because in X-plane it's 012. Set. And let's see if we can get our departure here. I think it's around 6,000 or 7,000 for the FTOC 5 Alpha. $7,000, so we can just pop that up there. Okay, so we have runway heading all the way around, 25 degrees, V2 set, and that's good. So we can turn these on. That's good. Want you down there, and we can do this as well. 40, so that's good. Yeah. So far so good. And we can tune Gardermoen. That's the old one, Stavanger. And yeah. Can pop the fuel pumps on. We have a little bit, let's just use the wee bit we have in the center tank there. And that's good. So, sorry guys, I'm not that chatty. It's just the normal when you're setting up. You need to focus, otherwise you make all sorts of issues. So, landing altitude in Molde, I believe, is 0. So, right on the sea there. Yeah, looking good so far. Come on. And while we're waiting for the APU, we can. Thank you, honey. We can just get this one going so you can monitor any ATC and traffic on Vatsim. And get a good look at the weather as well. Don't expect much ATC. It is Wednesday afternoon, so we can just get it to move. Thank you. There we go. Almost actually a bit too much. So no real traffic, so I think we'll be able to give ourselves a bit of vectoring here. Okay. So there we go. Let's do the checklist. APU. And I was about to move the chocks. There's the gate. Close the door. Yeah, that's oxygen tested, 100%, nav transfer and display switch is normal and auto, and window heat is on. I really need someone to talk to here when you're doing this checklist. Pressurization mode selector is auto. Flight instrument heading altimeters are correct and cross-checked. Parking brake is set and engine start levels cut off. Before start checklist, flight deck doors are closed and locked. Fuel, we have 7.9 tons on board, 5.6 required, and 6 pumps on. Passenger signs are on. Windows are locked. MCP, we have 139.012 and 7000 set. V-speeds, we have 130, 131 and 139 set. CDU pre-flight completed. Rudder and alien trim 3 and 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing completed. Anti-collision lights can now come on. So it's on at departure, so not much to really, just a left-hand turn, and then we'll probably give ourselves a shortcut directly to FTOC. And the taxi briefing has already been completed. So let's just call up the ground service for pushback here. There we go. Thank you.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
I need to get a bit of seating here. Like so. We have this guy here. He just left for Copenhagen. Get them ready for startup, and I'll just catch a drink while we wait. That was quite speedy setup, wasn't it?
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Ready to connect. You just scratched my eyebrow here. Sorry, guys. There you go. Scotland has been active almost every day. Maybe he's on the controller has a holiday or something, since he has time for give daily ATC there. Quite cool. I should actually go there. And let's have a look at the weather here. That's the chart for the. Can review that once we have one. So that's pretty much how it looks. So don't expect much. Maybe we'll catch some glimpses here, and it's basically up here. It's interesting.
And bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Release parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Starting engines 2 and 1 in sequence. Starting number 2. There we go. So far so good. Thus far the mod is behaving, so that's good. Let me just check the butt kickage. Get some fuel in. Butt kicker has switched itself off, so I'm just trying to get it. Let's just start the cutout, starting number 1, and EDT falling back as well. So no real life in the butt kicker here. Might need to go to the screen and just so let's get some fuel in. There we go. Yeah, might be some issues with the butt kicker here. Let me just check that. Yep. Need to do this, and I need to choose the sound card here. There we go, that should help. Sometimes does that. Okay.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
So.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Back on track here. This. And we are good on the oil and EDT looking very good, so let's just do the system here. Pull forward, pull back, left and right, right and left, and that's good. There we go. And we can take flaps 5, so okay, I need to turn down the butt kicker just a wee bit.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
We will hopefully. So did you guys see any of the news launched on the, yeah, I guess this video will be there forever, so it might be very dated, but at the time of this recording, the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is in development, and a bunch of prolific YouTubers and streamers and flight simmers have been and had the chance to test it, and been dropping a lot of footage, and it looks absolutely awesome. But it will take a while before it gets to VR, but I cannot wait. Once it drops, my life is over. That's all I have to say about that. Anyway. Before taxi checklist, generators are on, Probitus on, anti-ice off. We will, however, require it shortly after takeoff, so I will be quick on the switches, and I will be using wing anti-ice as well, since we are an X-plane that loves to ice up your wings within seconds. Isolation valve is auto, and engine start switch is continuous, recall was checked, auto brake RTO. Engine start levers idle detent, flight controls checked, and ground equipment is clear. Let's get taxiing. And I will take the weather and take the terrain here. So we are going for Kilo, and what we're going to do, actually, I don't want these cheat markers here, so we'll just remove that. Make it more realistic. So we're going for Kilo November and then for Alpha 2. Great. We have one guy coming in, but we will be well out of his way. I think coming from Bergen by the looks of it. So in this here flight, I'm going to just demonstrate a normal day working the line in Norwegian, where you would be doing maybe the sector maybe you'll fly Oslo, Molde, Molde, Oslo, Oslo, Bergen, Bergen, Oslo, Oslo, Bergen, Bergen, Oslo. That would be a day, right? Or Oslo, Stavanger, Stavanger, Oslo, Oslo, Stavanger, Stavanger, Oslo, Oslo, Stavanger, Stavanger, Oslo. That could also be a day. But I'm not going to do like 6 flights in this video. I will spare you that. But we will do out there and back again sector. It's quite fun also. Dun, 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 dun. Just need to just keep an eye on the Bergen guy. So yeah, he's in descent now, and he will go in for 0-1 left, no doubt. But he's not that close, even with the delay and all on the map. So we should be fine. And we'll check before we enter the runway as well. Before takeoff checklist, we have flaps 5 with the green light, and we have 4.5 units D steps set, and we can pop on the transponder now, and that obviously has some issues. That's a shame. So it looks like it goes in test mode. Yeah, not much we can do about that now, so we'll have to fly either with that on or with the transponder off. So there's Alpha 2. So should we leave it on? We can leave it on while we're in that traffic, so let's just
prepare for takeoff, please.
Approaching 0-1 left.
And we'll pop that off now.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Thank you.
On runway 0-1 left.
There we go. That should do us. And we can pop you on, and we can start the timer. Good and stable. So takeoff thrust, let's go.
knots. V1 rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
And give up. $400.
1,000.
So damn lively. Let's accelerate. That's one. Try to trim it out. Okay. Wind is sort of ballooning us a bit, so flaps up. Closing in on the clouds here. We are at 8. So we have the flaps up and off and give up the lights so we can go VNAV. And we can go Command A. And we can up ourselves to our cruise here. Flight level 300 is set and set. Good. Start cleaning up. Pop these on now. And we'll go straight to FTOC. Go. Set standard. There's the clouds, quite high today. And we can release the cabin crew. So we're well on our way. Looking good. So yeah, we basically cheated, so we're just going over here. At least we get to see the sun today. Go out of the clouds. There's 10. Looking good there. And I turned off the center tanks just on departure. I didn't want to get a master warning pop-up on the takeoff roll. So that's why, so we'll just leave those drops of fuel there. And yeah, looking good. On our way. What we can do is just hide these. So it takes 2 seconds to get the bag out, so yeah. 0 on the landing altitude, and we're doing the to mic. There we go. And the approach is the interesting one. There we have it. So before we do anything there, we will get our descent forecast up and going. So yeah, we can definitely chuck this off, get a bit more performance of our engines, and soon enough we will be releasing the cabin. Or the passengers, I should say. Anyway, the forecast, and we will do so and so and so. 31721. And 34051. Sorry, 15. 340. There's a difference there, right? And 01113. Okay, and well, let's just have a look at the weather out there. Molde. The QNH of 1009. And we can execute this. Pop these in as well. So we will be configuring quite early, so we can focus on. I'll be flying manually for quite a distance there. So nice to have these rings, and we'll configure nice and early, so we don't have to focus too much on that. There we go. That's all set up. We'll be doing auto brake 3, short runway there. Passengers. Looks like we'll get some holes further up, so we might get some good views there. So that's good news for us. Runway track is 245. Or maybe that's the that's the missed approach. So actual runway track is like so, and the final approach is 5 degrees offset, so that's like so. So that's the final approach, that's the runway heading, and 245 is the missed approach, and that's important so we don't slam into any terrain. So there's the clouds letting up a bit. 700. There we go. So. Varying wind. We have 10 kilometers, so we don't really have to regard the wind that much. We could do either runway actually. Normally you would do the opposite way, but 2.5 is more interesting, so that's why we choose it. Clouds view is 1,000 feet, so yeah. Don't think there should be any issues there. Beautiful here. Let's find the runway here. Go. 250. And just over 2,000 meters of runway. And obviously we have terrain on both sides. We'll be going in along the fjord, and then we'll be turning. There's a bay here, can't see it, but we'll be turning just 20 seconds before touchdown or something like that. We'll be correcting up. And the missed approach is a 245 and then up to 5,000, I believe. 4,000, yeah. 245 to 26 and then 4,000. So 245 and then to at least 26. I would be more comfortable with 3 and then turning for RNAV. But it should be in the FMC. So yeah, that's that. You can just check. Yep, RNAV. And the hold there.
1,000 to go.
Checked. Alright, we're looking good so far. A little bit of cruise before we head back down. I'm not quite sure. We are in the beginning of the mountainous regions, north of Lillehammer somewhere. Can't see the national park coming in out there. Jotunheim, it's called. I believe we're on this area here. That would also explain the clear weather we're having. This area here, sorry. So yeah, they launched a lot of news on the Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I'm both, it's a strange feeling really. I'm both extremely excited. It's insane how good it looks, and it will, I agree with everyone saying that it will revolutionize the flight simming. It will, it's the next generation. It really is a shift here that we're seeing. It really will leave X-Plane and PD, 3D and every other flight sim in the dust. Because they are adding so much cutting edge tech that are currently not available. We don't have concrete details, like minute details, but by the looks of it and by what they are telling, first of all, the days where people were sitting and building buildings and houses and texturing them and all that sort of stuff is over pretty much. They'll be using the Azure engine and machine learning to generate 3D objects as they are in reality out of satellite imagery. So that basically means that you could fly over any house in the globe. So you can find your house, your brother's house, your mother's house, aunt's house, your friend's house, and you can fly over it and you would see the house, you would see the correct tiles on the roof, the cars sitting there in the driveway, everything is there. And we currently don't have that. We have that autogen, right? Which is kind of an eye poo-poo. I don't really like it. So that's why I like to fly high in the sim. It looks much better from afar. And it also means that you could do VFR flying everywhere and anywhere. So that's just that in itself is insane. But then on top of that, they have done a lot of work on the weather and the weather engine. So it is a. Just look here. So it is a. I'm lost for words here. What's the word? Volumetric 3D weather engine. So moisture and clouds and everything is volumetric, which means that no more. They look all right, these clouds, right? But what we're basically getting is a real weather simulation engine in itself. Just that is revolutionary. You could simulate weather systems more or less in that engine, I'm sure. And you can fly through the clouds and you would see the shadow of your aircraft on the cloud if you're close to it and the sun is right. You can light up the cloud with your landing lights. So if you're flying at night, let's say, and you're descending and it's pitch black and you have doubts whether or not you are in the clouds, you sometimes have that, and it's a good thing to turn on your lights just to verify that you are in clouds before you go anti-ice. So if you do this, you would see the clouds light up and pass by. So that's cool. You can't currently do that. You can go into clouds and fog so dense that if you turn around and look, you wouldn't be able to see the wingtip, and you will get that more immersive feeling that you're inside this pillow of cloud, right? And the water droplets will no longer get that generic image that we get now. We'll get each droplet will be unique in its physics and nature. It will have shadow and reflection that are influenced by the light and stuff around, and it will be influenced by the current winds and the way the wind moves across the aircraft. So you will have water patterns and so on, and of course intensity, and you will have, I think it's 30 layers of cloud system. All cloud types are simulated, can have storm cells, you can even have supercells. All of that is simulated, and all all types of wind that you can imagine. Updraft, downdraft, wind shear, wave turbulence on the mountains, wake turbulence, and very unique specific turbulence that could influence just one portion of the aircraft, so it's very detailed. And of course the aircraft and the flight model itself is at least and beyond the simulation of X-plane with the number of surfaces that are in the simulation. So everything just looks good, and that's why I'm extremely excited. Now the reason why I'm extremely saddened is that VR is currently not part of the package. So let's just enjoy the view here, and we can pop it down now as well. So it will not come VR ready. It will, when it will launch, they have indicated around the mid of 2020. And when it will launch, it will only be PC, Windows 10, and only for single screen. So the home cockpit builders will also, and multi-screen users will also have to wait. But good thing. So I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Guess we'll have to wait a couple of years. Good things are worth waiting for, and I also agree with the developers, because when asked on these topics, they said that it would be quite easy to find some cheap solutions, some VR solution, and put in the sim, but it would not be good. So they would rather do it properly and do it right and do it good, and wait a bit longer. So that's a good argument. Can't really argue with them wanting to do it right. And it is a complex thing to build, and a complex simulator. So the interesting thing of course will be the performance needs. We don't know much about that yet, but hopefully they will sort it out, and new check will also come to VR and to graphic cards. So yeah, at least the sim will be multi-core supported, so gone are the days with single core usage. So yeah, there's all reason to be excited really for this new sim, and you could then now you can literally explore the world as it is, right? So here we go, top of descent. Heading down to Molde. We have been flying for 20 minutes, and I've been chatting away. No ATC, no traffic. Looking good here. Just enjoying the view before it disappears behind the clouds. And yeah, also gone will be the days when you see the weather redrawing like we have it in the sim here. It will have its own. It will come shipping with actual live weather, real world weather. So you don't need to buy plugins and add-ons for the weather. And you will see in the distance, you will see weather forming or weather dissipating, and you will see rain clouds, and you will see clear patches. And looking down here, we see the valley. We see there's farming going on in the valleys down here. Now the imagery in the world in the new sim will be Bing imagery that are using machine learning and the Azure engine to fix errors and laggings. So we should have a good imagery. And the insane thing is that it's zoom level 19 everywhere. So we're down to like 30 centimeters on the accuracy, or on the zoom level there. When you get really close, so you can go really low and really get good quality. Yeah. Just had to get a drink there. So there's every reason to be excited. Obviously you cannot, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I don't think you can you can download some, cache it. So you could download, maybe if I would do VFR flying in Oslo, I could download the Oslo and Gardermoen area and cache it. And then the rest would be offline content that is not as good in quality, obviously. Pretty much like the default scenery we have in X-plane, I guess. But the data for the entire world, they said, is 2 petabytes. That's over 2 million gigs. So you can start doing the head math of how many hard drives you would need. But the good thing is that they will do it in a streaming way, so you will be streaming your scenery, which is cool because that is the future. The Google Stadia. So Google Stadia basically means that you will buy a game, you'll play it on. You don't need a computer. You basically just need a screen and a connector, and the game will be run on the game provider service. So you don't need to spend money on any hardware really. Obviously, your keyboard and mouse and screen and a connector, but the most important thing is your connection, right? And they will be running the game on their on the servers, on their graphic cards and supercomputers. So that's the future of gaming, and they are sort of implementing this with the streaming here of the world, which is cool. So no more offer for XP tiles building, and yeah. Passing 20 soon enough, and we'll seat the passengers there. You can sit down now. Airport 220, so we will just fix that. I set us a bit fast. And Adam 220. Hello, yep. And let's look here on our fuel. So set to arrive with 6.2. And that's 56.3. $56.3 as per our load sheet. 138. So that's 143 on the approach speed there. It's a bit annoying with the transponder here. Yeah. So not much we can do about it, but hopefully it'll be sorted out by Zibo soon enough. And you can sort of make out some of the mountain tops there. We are closing in on the fjords here. Ålesund would be over here somewhere. And hopefully we'll be making Echo, Delta or Charlie exit here, so we'll be coming in here. And the bay here sort of goes out like this, so we're coming in like this. Sorry, like this. And we will be correcting just before we touch down. It's quite tricky landing to get right, and you need to do it actually rather hard. Because you don't have that much runway, and we'll need to, there's no room for floating, and it's another place you really want to do a go around. So you need to have sort of an Innsbruck mentality there. Go in here. Look at that. So we'll be switching now. You take the weather and I'll take the terrain here. Beautiful. I love flying in Norway. If it was clear, it would be just in a sea of mountain tops. drop it all the way down here. Okay. Look at that, it looks so close, right? That's actually really big there, so we are well above it. But it's not a place you want to go down into without instruments, that's for sure. Look there. +3 in temperature, so we'll be needing anti-ice shortly. So also in the new flight sim from Microsoft, it will have what is called procedurally. So there's the approach coming in. Procedurally generated vegetation like grass and trees and water. So it basically makes sure that you won't be getting anything looking generic. It'll be where it should be, and it will look really good. Nice view there. Should be a passenger today. Maybe I'll do a passenger view later on. So that's 10. And we have approach minimum set. We have the approach speed of 143 and flaps 30. Auto brake set to 3. And recall is checked, and landing altitude 0. It is checked. Let's just see if we can.
Echo November Kilo Bravo. Airport information. India 1.
Oh. Into Super Go, and 30 minutes on the flight time there. And everything is looking good so far. And 5 degrees. At 254 on the runway heading, so we'll just adjust. Or on the approach heading. There we go. We can set the standard now, or local, but I am not able to.
Echo November Kilo Bravo.
Oh, so we forgot that. Set the altimeters. No, that was a blunder. Yeah. Too busy talking about the new flight sim, right, guys? So it's time for the anti-ice to come on. go. We go flaps 1 now. Cabin crew, please proceed for landing. And we are clear to land already. Nice and early, we're the only ones going in. It's the clouds. And next time we have visual, hopefully, off the runway. Flaps 2. A little bit of speed brake, just to bring us back to so we can go flaps 5. That's the terrain. Flaps 5. Approach now. Stow the speed brake, we can arm it. We go gear down and 15. Approach. And I will disconnect now. Speed brake is armed. Get down. Bit low there because I got distracted by all the cockpit things. So at 5 miles we'll go down in the speed and
2,500.
We're at 9 degrees. Okay, so we can go flaps 30. There's the runway in sight. And we have terrain on our side there, that's why I like this, approaching from this side here. Getting a bit low. Correct a bit. Very slow suddenly. Just a tad 10. Warning, we'll just leave it there. Cabin is secure, and yeah, we'll just imagine then about the speed brake, and we have everything set. So this is where you could need a good first officer here, so you could concentrate on looking outside. I see white, I see a bit of red.
1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Approach altitude set.
Slowly start correcting now. There's the bay I talked about that we're following this coastline here.
Approaching minimums.
Approaching 25.
Minimums.
Bit more speed here. Landing. Now we can slowly start to get on the runway track here.
500.
So. Good.
400.
Bit fast. Reduce the speed now.
300.
Looking good.
$200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
5,000 feet remaining.
Cancel reverse, cancel auto brake, and we'll take this exit here. Manual braking, and there we go. Perfect. We made it to Molde. Lovely flight and lovely approach. Really like it here. We'll take stand number 2, just beside our Scandinavian buddy there. Don't have much time to clean up the no gate guidance unfortunately here, but we'll do fine without, I think. I think it's a bit uphill here, it's a bit steep. Kill the radars as well before we kill any ground crew. Will doesn't want to budge, does it? I think there's an issue here with the ground not being too hard, something like that. That should do us. So let's just park it here, and this is connected. There we go. Ground power is active. Cabin crew, please disarm doors and slides. And it's all good, so let's just kill the fuel as well. These ones here. And no, yes. We'll have to open the door. There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Molde. We made it in one piece, even without our TCAS working for us there. And we did so in 40 minutes, more or less. So that's not bad. That's the way it should be. No one else here. Let's just reset that as our turnaround timer starts. And yeah. Everything is looking as we wanted, and we can just get this here cleaned up. So, yep. I want you down here now. That's okay. So yeah, we made it to Molde. Let's just stow this here, and you can stow this one as well. So that's what we want for now. And we can get our return flight up and running here. So let's terminate the flight leg and get the crew started, and let's check out our landing rate first of all. Yeah, quite hard, but that's what it is, I'll take it. So completed. Should be a hard landing on this runway here, so no worries about that. There's our flight, straight line. And the flight back will be taking a bit longer time due to the fact that we have to go to 01 left, so we have to go all the way back to Gardermoen. Here we took it almost the straightest line from point to point on the runway here with this takeoff and landing, whereas now we have to go out here around, and then we have to go down and all the way around, all the way back. So we have this distance here to track, so 5 minutes longer, I think. So yeah, I'll just quickly jump out of VR and file the new flight plan on Vatsim and start the new flight in Project Fly, and then I'll come back in and we'll set her up for the return to Gardermoen. Yeah, see you in a bit. Okay guys, I'm back in the cockpit, and I just went for a quick walk into the terminal here, used the toilet, and I'm ready to set that up again. We have been sitting here for 9 minutes now, and the last passengers just disembarked, so yeah, we are on schedule. And we have our air stairs out. Can I see them? Can hardly see them. Anyway, we have the air stairs out. So, next flight back is Molde to Gardermoen. Will be North Shuttle 431. So we can just start setting this up here. Before we do so, let's get the weights in. So zero fuel weight for the return flight, a bit heavier here, about 120 passengers or so. 54.3. So that's 9. Try this. 54.3, and we have 6.2 tons on board, yeah. And we have 5.1 required, so that's good enough for us. Flight level will be 310, so just 1,000 feet higher return flight, so that's set. And let's get started here. We are in Molde. And we're going to Gardermoen. And it will be North Shuttle 431. And we're departing 25. Bamba 1 Bravo. And from Bamba, that's on the Zulu 312. There we go. And to Belgu. And Belgu to Valpu, which is part of the approach. So that's the shortcut you normally get. And that'll take us straight on to the old 01 left. There we go. Should give us a discontinuity, so it does. Okay, execute. And we will review the route afterwards. Alternate here will be Toy, no doubt. Yes, and it will be 2.5 in the reserves. And 310 for the cruise. And we'll just check the altitude again once you get the top of climb. 310, correct. 292.17. Set. And -7. So we can execute that. Outside temperature here is 10 to 24K. Flaps 5. So 132, 133, 143. Go. 4.5. Like so. What we can do now is just wait a while. So 4.5 is set, and we flaps 30 in Oslo as well. We'll review that later on. Flight leg. So if you start the flight leg within a minute after you have set this here, it will trigger a cabin crew warning of sorts. Anyway, so we'll be doing swing all the way around left, and like so. Well, it's looking good. Basically like so. So I can accept that. And you're set, okay. And let's get the charts out. It's the airport. Bravo. There.
Guys, the Leo's on board.
Climb clearance is 6,000. And passengers are on board and all accounted for, so we have a runway heading of 25. Yeah, so it is skewed here. And then we turn all the way around to 082. It will be so lively. Just pop that in there just for reference. To Bamba. So we go to Bockwell. And we need to be at what altitude at Bockwell? So we'll just go to Bockwell. It doesn't say anything about the altitude here. Nope. But we are pretty clear out there, so it should be fine. Yep, we're looking good here. 6.4 miles to Bockwell, and then we'll change all the way around for Mike Lima 551, and then it's 083. So leave it like so. That's all set. We can turn this on. And we can get our pumps on. No need to use that center tank fuel. Fire up the APU. That's on. On, looking good. Gardermoen is 700 feet, and we have 1310 already set and briefed. So that's good. And looking good there. Stowed and good. Yep, and we can reset this. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Let's just get out of here, right? So we'll just be waiting for APU. There you go. Put the APU on. Disconnect this. Move the chocks. Track the air stairs. Close, close, close. And we can better pushback, pre-plan. Yeah, that's exactly what I want, so no need to fiddle with that. Let me just find the enter key here, if I can.
Round to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Get reseated. Like so. Okay, so we got the APU on, and we are ready to do the checklist here. So oxygen tested, transfer switches normal and auto, window heat is on, pressurization mode select auto, flight instruments, heading altimeters are correct. What we did forget to do...
Echo, November, Mike, Lima, airport information, Mike, 1250, Zulu, weather, wind, 217 at 3, visibility, 10,000, sky condition, few clouds at 1,000, ceiling, 4,500, broken, temperature, 10, dew point, 7, QNH, 10, Echo, November, Mike, Lima, airport information, Mike, 1250, Zulu, weather, wind, 216 at 3, visibility, 10, Echo, November, Mike, Lima, airport information, Mike, 1250, Zulu, weather, wind, 217 at 3, visibility, 10,000, sky condition, few clouds at 1,000, ceiling, 4,500, broken, temperature, 10, dew point, 7, QNH, 1009, advise on initial contact, you have information, Mike.
1009, so that's on change and set. Okay, so let's do the pre-flight checklist. Oxygen tested, yeah, window heat on, pressurization mode selected on, flight instruments altimeters are correct. Yep. Parking brake is set. And then it starts with levels are cut off. Flight deck doors are closed and locked. And fuel we have 4 ponds on and 6.1 ton and yeah, 5 point something required. We have enough. Passenger signs are on, windows are locked. MCP we have 143, 249 and 6000 set. We have 132, 133, 143 set. And city pre-flight completed, rudder and aileron trim free and 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing completed. We'll be pushing back facing east and just go on to runway, turn around at the end of the run and take off from runway 25. And anti-collision lights can now come on. And we can ask for taxi. There we go.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
So, still no ETC. We got this one guy departing from Ålesund by the looks of it, and one from Bergen.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in.
Sounds
Give us
good.
a ring if you need anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. We are getting ready to push back on the gate here. However, we cannot do so while anybody's standing in the aisle. So we ask that you please...
And I will, normally I should be having the climb page up, but I will have the legs page up just in case I need to update it on the fly once we are on the flying the departure there. Just need to catch a drink. Bought myself a soda.
Okay, all doors and
Cantina
hatches
here.
are closed. Ready to connect.
Ready to connect. Beautiful hill, Molde. Real beautiful place. Good place for free diving as well, if you are into that sort of stuff. So, shame with the T-caster. But that's part of using the Zibo. It is a release candidate. It's not the finished product you download when you download the release candidate, so that's it. But normally I wait a while until there seems to be a stable release candidate out, and then I update it. I don't update every time, but I really wanted to update now recently because of...
So connected and bypass been inserted. Release parking brake.
It's the improved rain particle effect, so there's the parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Starting 2 and 1 in sequence, starting 2. There we go. And fuel. So it's TDG scenery for the airport here. It's a pure assault. I think it's from 2017 or something, but it's okay. Start a cutout, and we can take number 1. Number 2 is throwing back on the. It's a bit heated after the last flight, so that's why the temperature is a bit high, but it is falling back, and all pressure is good. And fuel.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Set parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Just to start a cutout. EGT falling back. All pressure looks good. And you're on. Full forward, back, left and right, and left looking good. RTO, flaps 5. And we have generators on, propane on, anti-ice off. We will require it on climb. Isolation valve is auto, and start switch is continuous. Auto brake RTO, engine start switch is start levers, sorry. Idle detent, flight controls are checked, and ground equipment is clearing. Should be clearing at least. We have nothing real to have Gardermoen, but we will be setting her up once we get airborne. So we'll be entering here on Echo, and then we'll be tracking all the way back for takeoff from 25.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Thank you, bye bye. I'll put on the radars now. I'll take terrain for starters. And there we go. Yeah, still an issue here. Thank you.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Cabin is secure. So we have flaps 5 with the green lights, and we have
Approaching
4.5
07.
minus D-step and transponder in up. But okay. And we are clear and clear. So let's just hop on out to the runway here. And it's not a bad turnaround. Within half an hour.
On runway 07.
Didn't mean to start it there, so let's get the latest Q&As.
Echo November Mike Lima Airport information Oscar 1320 Zulu weather wind calm visibility 10,000 sky condition few clouds at 1,000 ceiling 4,500 broken temperature 10 dew point 7 QNH 1010 advise on initial contact you have information Oscar.
So if we take off with the engine anti-ice, we should be doing another performance
Echo.
calculation. Which I'll not do, but I really want to have it on for the simple fact that, you know what I'll do, I'll climb to around 1,000, and as soon as the cloud starts I will pop it on. We have the engine start switch is already set, so that's what we'll do. Then we'll get that correct performance for the initial takeoff roll. a slight breeze coming from the sea. A bit fast, yeah, it's okay. As long as we don't run into the ocean, that should be fine. So with the new Microsoft Flight Sim, we should have it all correctly, all the buildings correctly modeled here, and better ortho as well, and even the authentic airport model. So all 44,000 of the airports we have in the world currently. Well, there's no turning line, so we'll just have to wing it here. Like so. Should do us fine.
On runway 25.
Just correct it up a wee bit so we are ready for takeoff, and everything is looking good here. Okay, I'm happy with this. 249. We'll start the timer. Set her to 40. Stable, and set takeoff thrust, looking for 93.1. And thrust set indications are normal.
80 knots.
It's 80.
V1 rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Full rate.
400.
Trim is looking good as well.
1000.
Perfect. Here comes the clouds in a second now. Anti-eyes on. Flaps 1. Flaps up. No flaps up, no lights, and gear up and off. You know. Wind has pushed us a bit off the track, but it's fine. We'll keep it like this until the turn. We'll need to correct it. And here's our turn coming. And some new clouds.
Go.
Just clears a bit higher there. bit fast here, but out of the clouds. And we can set standard. Oh, that was a bit aggressive here. And come on, Day. Okay, pop you out. So, let's look here. Coming up on the 10. Release the cabin crew now. Hard climb here. Pressure says it's looking good. And we are rolling. We are on our way. So, and we can set this to our cruise. So, 310 set and set. Good. Very good. That's us. Gardermoen doesn't look like he is quite on his way yet. So yeah, we're on our way back home. And we're looking quite good. Turning to Bamba. Still a look. Yep. Start setting up for Gardermoen is tuned, and I believe this is from our last arrival, so that should be good as well. So let's just send forecast in. So I won't put in the cruise average because we have such a little cruise. It really has nothing to say on such a short flight. In case you're wondering why I'm not putting that in. So 03230. 03724. And 03419. And the latest QNH for Gardermoen. Get it up here if it wants to. Updated. Broken at 3000, so 1006. Executed. that's set. And let's put in this here as well. Like so. And I don't think this cloud here will be much issue, so yeah, no need for 138. And the passengers can move around now. It's like the weather, you can pop on the terrain on your side. Okay, let's get some charts out. Move Molde. I'll get Gardermoen back on. And 12 degrees is correct, so, and the landing altitude is set. And won't be doing the arrival, just the approach. Because we're routing direct to Valpo, which is here. And ILS is 110.3 is set and is active. Gardermoen is active, yep. So minimum is 855. Actually managed to do this without the VR mouse. So that's set. And we'll be arriving with 4.2 estimate. 58.5 tons. Which gives us 140. That's 145 and flaps 30 on the approach. We'll do flaps 2. See if we can't hit good old Alpha 6 exit in Gardermoen. And we'll try to get our good old stand 13, lucky number 13 back, and the domestic terminal. So yeah, well on our way. Pretty much a straight line down now. We'll be doing one last turn here, then we'll be going pretty much over my house, actually. So, but I don't think we'll be able to see much. And let's get the airport. And just in case we get ATC, let's get the parking stands. Oh. There we go, so that's where we're aiming to go. I'll put at 5,000, let's just check the speeds and altitudes as well. Have a look around, nothing to see here. Yeah, okay, so our Ålesund guy is actually, let's just see what happens. So, we should be arriving pretty much at the same time, me and this Ålesund flight. He is not visible, we do have this TCAS issue. Anyway, 225,000 at Valpo. We'll do Ågras 204. That's correct. Sigla.
1,000 to go.
Mandatory 180. Yep. It's all good. Kind of gets stressful when I see these. Shouldn't be able to see him either. He should be just behind us, but we have it on for his sake now, so. Time to catch a drink. So that's our cruise. It's a good soda that I bought in Molde. Okay. New moon today. Let's see if it writes anything. No. Pretty much cloudy weather all the way. Actually, a bit of a shame that we didn't have any rain. I really wanted to test the ski effect here. It's looking good so far. So this flight here should be around 5 to 10 minutes longer than the outbound flight due to the fact that we have to go all the way. We took off here, right, so we have to go all the way around here. And that takes a bit more time. To track miles. And the top of the descent looks nicely calculated, so that's good. So it's going a bit more suddenly. It looks a bit. At same cruise altitude as us. Daniel Arnesen. So we'll just adapt and adjust and make way, I guess, or give way. Oh, there's a whole lot of clouds actually. We might get a few views here. That's one sad thing about the Norwegian scenery, at least the scenery I have. It seems to be littered with these seams and in the scenery. Guess it has to do with all the terrain, I don't know, but it sort of stands out. But other than that, Norway have awesome scenery. So 3-5 miles to top of descent. And I actually think that the cabin crew will manage to sell a beer or two on this flight. Bit longer cruise this time. Really, it's a shame with this bug. It stands out. So, I wonder how long this video is going to be. Around, I guess around 3 hours. We've been streaming for what now? Or recording for 2 hours, I guess. But that's what it takes. So imagine doing this one more time and then one more time again before the workday is over. Yeah, there's plenty to be excited about with the new flight simulator. And I'm not speaking just about the Microsoft, just the development of simming in itself. It challenges the other guys like Explain P3D and anyone else who want to have a serious spot in the simming to really get in the game. Because obviously, if Microsoft managed to keep this as a stable sim, it is so good, it is that good that people would be able to, I think people would be willing to eat a few camels, so to speak. So if there's some issue with the sim, it does something, it has some issue, people would from the get-go be willing to look through the fingers with the chances that the sim isn't that stable. Just for the simple fact, I know there are some hardcore simmers for whom flight dynamics is everything, but I count myself as the average simmer. Might be wrong, but I do, and for me it's a combination of it. It goes hand in hand. The flight dynamics is just as important as the eye candy, because it's all about the immersion, right? So I wouldn't give a sorry to swear, but a rat's ass about flight dynamics if I had 1992 graphics below me, just some green field. Then what's the reason with Ortho for XP and all that sort of stuff? And it looks like, from the looks of it anyway, that Microsoft has managed to make a very good combination of both, looks like. So yeah, set this down. Just a down shame that I had to wait so long for VR, because flying in 2D, if you're 2D flight, and more power to you, I'm actually envy you if you enjoy flying 2D. Then you have nothing to worry about. For us VR flyers, looking at maybe waiting 2 years to get in nitty gritty with that sim, it's a long time, but it's worth the wait for them to do it properly. So looks like he is still going a bit more southerly than we are. Definitely going down here. So we might actually arrive just before him, because we're taking liberties and some shortcuts. And soon enough we'll be turning Valpo. Could do it now for the sake of having fun, but let's stick to our plan here. Stay on the airways. Is Gardermoen alive? Nothing to see. We should be over Lillehammer now, or just about. And there's the top of the sand. Going down again after 22 minutes. Turn off these on just for immersion reasons. one guy here, is he departing or arriving? He's departing. Seaman 11 start. But I'm a bit surprised that they haven't, that they have only catered to one screen users and from the get-go, and not the multi-screen users already from the launch, because you do have quite a few multi-screen users out there. So that bit surprised me actually. That leaves all of the home cockpit users and all of the multi-screen users a bit, yeah, in the same boat as me. So. But I think they have so much to do, and really shouldn't underestimate the kind of sim that they are building here. They have been building it for 5 years now in secrecy, and they are still not done, right? It tells you a bit about how immense this project is. So they have a launch. I'm sure they have it on their node block, and the largest mass goes first, and that was the PC users. And then Mac will follow shortly after, I believe, and Xbox, if not PC and Xbox, maybe Xbox comes straight after, because that's, to be honest, Microsoft is business is all about making money, and that is where the money is. So if we can get Xbox users to fund our hobby, why not? Dumb it down a bit for the Xbox users, let them have their fun in it, and pay the bills. So it's fine by me. And then after that they will start with the multi-screen and looking into VR and sort of stuff, but it will take time, and in amongst that they also have a lot of I'm sure if it bug fixes to do. There will be, as with any new game, a lot of bugs and issues that they need to sort out, so they have to allocate resources to that too. And they will focus on the game stability and game dynamics, and then I think they will leave anything else to third-party developers, like developing aircraft for the sim and such. It will be for third-party developers to do. And I don't know about scenery development actually. I don't know what sort of scenery could be developed. I guess scenery developers could make more polished airports with some ground handling stuff going on, and animations and stuff like that. That wouldn't ship with the simulator. So I guess that's the sort of airports and stuff that you would be able to buy. That's a polished up Innsbruck or Gatwick or LAX, for instance, with more detail and more life in the airport, people walking around, stuff like that. So there will be plenty of add-ons to buy and plenty of stuff to use your money on. So we're coming up on 22 here. We're looking good on profile, and not quite sure with our Olesen guy though. We are pretty much even Steven for now. .2 now. 58.5. Doesn't change anything. It's good to keep up. Good practice. So basically straight ahead now, all the way to Valbu, and then we'll start our approach. And looks like we'll be needing engine anti-ice. So we'll be flying the ILS approach for runway 01 left. We'll be arriving at Valbu at 5,220. Turning left onto Ågras, and from Ågras onto the approach. We'll be landing on 01 left, and we are aiming for exit Alpha 6 and go to the domestic terminal for gate 31. And we have our auto brake at 2. That should be sufficient. And yeah, that's our approach and landing and taxi briefing there. So we can seat the passengers now. And there's a bit of lag probably from Gardermoen loading in, as always. Quite FPS heavy airport. And I will have time to catch a drink. Tune the ILS, lest we forget.
Echo, November, Golf, Mike, airport information, Romeo, 1350, Zulu, weather, wind, 005 at 10, visibility, 10,000, sky condition, ceiling, 3,300, broken, temperature, 9, dew point, 3, QNH 1006. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Romeo.
So 1006 is current and is set. And I do think that we will be arriving before our Scandinavian friend there. Looks like he's flying the arrival around Oslo. But it's going to be really close. I must be honest, it's going to be close, so we have to be quick on it here. We'll indulge ourselves for some extra speed. We're actually quite low on the speed due to the tailwind. The other guy have already left for London. Have been a while since I've had the ATC, so I really need to start planning my flights, chasing some ATC and Vatsim, I reckon. Slowly but surely approaching. So right now we are pretty much over my house. Within a few minutes we'll be. Can't see it though. I won't be flying to any busy airports with, as long as the TCAS is acting up, that's for sure. Yeah. Here we are. Half an hour into the flight, should you be able to see my house from here, but I cannot. But it's coming up on 11,000. So he will be coming in behind us. He will be around here now, and I'll be around here, I guess. Here and here. Is it 15 in this.
1,000 to go.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll stand it down to 3. Recalls check. We have minimum set 855. We have 140 plus 5. That's 145. Flaps 30. We have auto brake 2. We have landing altitude set. And we can pop this on now. Pressurization, landing altitude, recall check, auto brake 2, landing. We have 145 and minimum set at 855. Approach briefing is completed. Altimeters, we did that just before. Let's just do it again.
Echo, November, Golf, Mike, airport information. Sierra 1350, Zulu, weather, wind 005 at 10, visibility 10,000, sky condition, ceiling 3,300, broken, temperature 9.2.3, QNH 1006. Advise on initial contact, you have information. Sierra.
So we're still current?
Echo, November.
Yeah, so the new audio for Vatsim launches on October 14th. It's going to be awesome. So, forgot to mention that, but I guess you know. Here we go. I think we'll beat him to it. We could be really cheeky and not route direct to Sigla though, but would leave us a bit high. So we are abeam the airport now, coming up on clouds in not too long, so we'll be going engine anti-ice by then. Yeah, we really need to have our head on a swivel here. He should be somewhere out here. Can't see him. Zooming a bit here, but still nothing to be seen. Should be. Yep. So looks clear for now. Just make sure we don't do a too slow approach. Okay, so we should be turning shortly. Yes, routing valve, but that's for sure. Might actually catch up on us if he's high speeding. So since I'm not sure about the TCAS working or not, it's kind of hard to say if he's around us or not. I don't really trust it. We should be fine, just about. There's the cloud coming up. Once you get in those, we won't be able to see anything. Nothing to see. So if we had the voice Unicom, I could actually. So we're almost. Nope. So standard. Or set local. Set or both. Where are you? I think we're good. We'll be turning now, so. Forgot to. Here's our turn. Time for wing and engine anti-ice, wing anti-ice, because this is X-plane, which loves to ice up your wings. All the way to runway heading now. And I will indulge in some speed here just to give us some distance to our friend behind us. He's just on our tail, that's for sure. Asking for drag, we'll leave it as is now. Localize it. Shut this down for now. Focus on pending landing. It's at 7. So hopefully he will give way if we have that unwritten rule that the guy behind has to sort of...
1,000 to go.
Checked. And we're out of the clouds now. Just about make out the runway as well. So we can go flaps 1. Actually we can go flaps 5 now. And we can kill the anti-ice and clear ourselves for landing. And cabin crew, please be seated for landing.
$1,000 to go.
Approach and set the missed approach. So there
2,500.
Check. So let's go. Gear down, flaps 15. Do our landing checklist. Engine start switch is continuous. Speed brake armed. Landing gear down, 3 green light, flaps 15 holding on landing flap. For landing flap at around 5 miles. And 1, 4, 5. And hopefully our friend will be just behind us, so we can see his landing. Okay, we are seated and ready to take over. Miles to go. Let's bug our landing reference. Flaps 30. And my aircraft, so I will be flying now. 15 knot headwind. It's a bit windy in Oslo today. Didn't notice that, but luckily it looks like it's
$1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Approach altitude set.
getting a bit low. We are correcting.
Approaching 01 left.
And we're a bit off to the right side here. We'll correct that. Looks like the wind can't really decide. So
500.
Vatsim announcement.
Approaching minimums.
We're looking good now.
300. Minimums.
Landing.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Drop there with the nose and reverses. Cancel reverse. Alpha 6. And we'll take the exit here. Auto brake is disconnected. And welcome back to Oslo. And there's our friend, so we did have good enough separation. Actually perfect separation, so that's good. Good thing we didn't annoy him too much. Actually we can leave this. And we'll be doing like so. And don't give him any warnings there. Like so, and we can also remove these. I think I over-checked a wee bit there. We came down pretty hard on the nose, but otherwise it was okay. Here's our exit. That's our friend from Ålesund, pretty much on the same time here. Dim it a bit here. Should be run 3 right about here. It's 9 and 10, sorry, 9, 11 and 13 over there. That's where we started out earlier today. taxi lights there. And the CSL package ain't that good here actually. We get all these default flight models. This is a Scandinavian flight. It's looks like it's marked correctly. Maybe he didn't mark it correctly when he's logged into Vatsim, that's why. Kind of stop there at the turn. Is good. It should focus on the parking here. Stop. Set the parking brake and kill the engine. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oslo. Cabin crew, please disarm doors and slides. Off. And there's the gate, so good. Okay, so we can have the ground services set to charge and connect the GPU already. There we go. And means we are on ground power, so we can kill everything here. Yep, so we made it to Gardermoen in Oslo. What a lovely flight and a lovely day of flying. 48 minutes, so a bit longer flight, but as expected, really, as it should be. So yeah, that's perfect. We are here. We made it in one piece, which is the most important thing, right? Yeah. So let's have a look at the landing rate, see if it was any better. There we go. Here we are in Oslo. See, 223, not bad. I will take that. Thank you. Complete flight. Boom, there's our route all the way around back home. Nice route as well. Not that many extra track miles on that route. So let's go outside and look at the parking. Yeah, could be better. Did kill the APU, didn't I? Yeah, I did kill it. There we are back at gate 13 where we started this video. I think I was actually stood somewhere over here, wasn't I? I think I was, at least. Yeah, somewhere here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I hope you enjoyed flying with me today on this typical Norwegian domestic flight from Oslo Gardermoen to Molde in Norway and then back again. It's a really lovely flight. I really love flying that sector as well. Beautiful views all the way if you don't have the clouds, that is. Interesting approach, at least if you're going to land on a 2.5. We have this offset approach and landing. So yeah, fun flight to do and I really recommend it. And hope to see you in the next video. So that's all for now. Enjoy the rest of your days. I will enjoy mine. See you in the next video. Bye bye.